unabashedly, one of my favorite animated films to come out of the House of Mouse over the last bunch of years was Moana. I loved that movie. I still have on my playlist, there's a line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me. I love that. I get chills when I hear that line. It's great. Or you're welcome, like with The Rock in there. I love Moana. And to a lot of people's surprise, the other week when we talked about the Nielsen ratings for streaming for the year of 2023, the number one streamed movie of all the streaming services of the entire year was Moana. The number one streamed movie of the year was Moana. And I think there's a good reason for that. I think the show is delightful. Or the movie is delightful. Apparently, and I have to admit, I wasn't even aware of this. They were developing a Moana animated series. But then Big Papa Iger took a peek at it and said, nah, this is going to theaters. This comes from the folks over at Variety who write the following. The line where the sky meets the sea is calling Moana once again. Disney announced a sequel to Moana, which will be released theatrically on November 27th of this year. The company's CEO, Bob Iger, revealed the news on CNBC ahead of Disney's first quarter of fiscal 2024 earnings report. The second Moana was originally developed as a TV series, but became a feature film because Iger was impressed with the footage. Moana remains an incredibly popular franchise. Number one movie of the year, Iger said in a statement, "We can't wait to give you more Moana and Maui when Moana 2 comes to theaters this November." I should mention one of the people who sent in a Mint Mobile hotline that we didn't pick for today sent in a question asking, do you think Maui will be in the Moana 2? Well, yeah, Bob Iger strictly said, we're going to get more Moana and Maui. All right. Let me just say this. This is a no-brainer. This is an absolute no-brainer. If it wasn't for the fact that the first Moana was such a big hit and so wonderful and had the staying power, the very fact that like 5 years after it was in theaters, it was still the number one streaming movie of the year.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely nuts. Kind of motivated them to move towards this direction. And I really like that it again shows the difference between Iger and Paycheck. You know, Bob Chapek was like, hey, animation arms at Disney, you made a really great movie here. Let's dump it on streaming. Whereas Bob Iger was like, oh, you were making this for TV? Yeah, nah. This is going to theaters. I love that.
Just a few facts here. Worldwide, it made $687 million, and the opening for the first Moana was $56 million.
So it made more money than Aquaman made, or Aquaman 2 made. Made more money. Made 1.5 Black Adams at the box office.
And The Flash.
And it's just gotten more and more popular. Again, number one streaming movie of the year. Not just for older films. That includes all brand new films as well, that it took number one at the charts in that. I love the fact that Iger is reshifting Disney's focus back to theatrical, because you put this out theaters, then you put it on streaming, and you're going to go bonkers with it on streaming after it's been in theaters as well. I love that they're doing this. I really hope that it's not just Maui. I do hope Dwayne Johnson comes back for this, which there's no reason he wouldn't. I mean, he's doing the live action one as well, right?
Yeah, the article I read said they expect the two to return, at least the actor and actress. So.
Yes, which, by the way, the actress, we had her in studio with us. She came in to talk about some of the stuff she was doing after Moana. She was delightful. I really enjoyed talking to her. And to have The Rock back, I couldn't be happier about this. I got to tell you, I'm super, super thrilled about this. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, DraftKings. DraftKings, the leader in fantasy sports, just dropped a brand new app, Pick 6. Pick 6 is the newest way for you to get in on the fantasy football action with DraftKings. New customers can make their first NFL picks and get up to $100 in Pick 6 credits if those picks lose. All you got to do is pick between 2 and 6 NFL players and choose if they're going to have more or less of that stat. For example, will a player have more or less than 100 rushing yards, or will a player have more or less than 1 touchdown? Track your lineup and compete against others for a shot at huge cash prizes. So download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and sign up with the code Campea. New customers can get up to $100 back in Pick 6 credits if your first football pick set loses. That's code Campea only on DraftKings Pick 6.
One offer per new customer. First qualifying pick set winnings less entry fees must generate negative number. Max reward up to $100 equal to amount of negative number. Issued in non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits, valid for Pick 6 use only. Expire after 1 year. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Valid only in states where DraftKings Pick 6 operates. Pick 6 not available in all states, including but not limited to Connecticut and New York. For up-to-date list of states, please visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms and pick6.draftkings.com.
Chris, you heard this news. What did you think?
I don't think anyone in the world is happier than my husband.
Oh, he loves it?
Is Logan a big Moana fan?
Logan loves Moana.
Oh my God.
And it's his comfort movie when I go out of town where like he'll send me video of him like singing along and being like,
man, I
"You
want to
don't mind
bully
this
him so
guy?"
bad.
Yeah.
I want to bully him.
You can try, but nothing phases him.
I know. That's why I could say that out loud
Exactly.
and not
if you're
feel
like,
bad.
you watch Moana once a month, what's wrong with you? He's like, absolutely nothing. I love movies. Don't you like charming things? Like Logan isn't just.
Seems like you like specific movies.
He does. He's very, very specific, but he's unbullyable because I'm kind of a bully.
I know.
I like this, but especially as we get into our next topic around the corner and everything too. We've got the sequel coming. We also have a live action version of this. We got a bunch of other sequels coming. What else? Like, that's kind of where I'm at with Disney right now. I'm very excited. I love the first movie. I think it's beautiful. I think the music is stunning. They've got the gals who did the unofficial Bridgerton musical. They won a Grammy for it. They're fantastic doing the music for this sequel. So it should be really cool, interesting. She's supposed to be doing a voyage that takes her further into the sea like her wandering ancestors did. I think it's all going to be cool and exciting and fun. But again, as we get into these next few topics too, what new stuff do you got? I love that you keep playing top 10 hits for me, but where are your B-sides, baby?
Yeah, here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with that. In the last number of years, Disney's put out a bunch of B-side stuff, right? And it nearly drowned them. It nearly killed them. And there's an argument to be made, and I believe this argument. Like having the last few years, and again, it's Disney's own fault because Chapek took Luca and took Soul
And Turning
took,
Red.
most importantly, the best animated film of that year, Turning Red, and dumped them on streaming. But they've also struggled a little bit about, Elemental struggled out of the gate until audiences, the word of mouth started going around, this movie's really fucking great.
Yeah.
And then everybody started to go see it. But then they had that damn Strange World movie
I can't
that
wait
was...
for Elios, though. Elios.
Was it? Well, yeah, but
Oh,
that
that's
didn't
not
come out.
Disney.
That didn't
That's
come out,
They're
right?
animated properties, though. They also just weren't advertising.
No, they weren't doing well. So here's the position they're in, and I think this is the strategy that they're adopting, doing a Moana 2 and stuff like that, is that, look, we need to get the audience, because what Chapek did was kill the idea that a Disney, whether it's Disney Animation or Pixar, Bob Chapek killed the idea that a Disney animated film in theaters was an event anymore. He killed that. He absolutely killed that. And I think what Bob Iger is doing here, and this is just me theorizing, is saying we need to build back the eventness of our films coming to theater. We need to line up a bunch of crowd-pleasing big hits so that buys us the ability to start putting out new original films too. Because if we just try to start putting out new original films again that nobody's heard of, we're going to have a hard time getting out of this rut. Let's get out of the rut. People have been dying for a Frozen 3. People have been dying for another Zootopia. People have been dying, I have been, and Logan has apparently, for a new Moana. Get those out. Get it established again that a Disney animated film, whether it's Disney Animation or Pixar, is an event. They're blockbusters. They succeed. And then start peppering in the originals again after that.
But can this also say something about the way he feels about Disney Plus too? Not putting it as a series? Because like we said, the Moana movie was number one.
Yep.
A series you would think would do well for Disney Plus. So does that say anything about? I'm just
No, but it would
asking
also
out of
make,
curiosity.
but it would make them no money, right?
Right.
And see, Bob Iger completely believes in Disney Plus. He created it. Like Disney Plus was his idea. But his main idea of Disney Plus was what it always should have been. Keep the theatrical thing going, and then Disney Plus becomes the home for that stuff that was in theaters. And pepper in some original stuff for Disney Plus as well, absolutely. Unfortunately, the new leadership came in and just put all the emphasis on Disney Plus. And I think that's the thing. I think he knows that a Moana 2 that goes to theaters and then goes to Disney Plus will get way more views on Disney Plus than if they just dropped a Moana series on Disney Plus. Like if they had just taken a Moana series and put it on Disney Plus, it would have gotten views. It would have gotten a lot of views. But a Moana 2 movie that goes to theaters first and then to Disney Plus is going to be way better for Disney Plus. It's going to get quadruple the views that just a Moana series would have gotten. So I think you could make an argument that Bob Iger may actually be doing this for Disney Plus because it's actually going to be better for Disney Plus in the long run. I just love this, though. I just want to see the new movie. And now Lin-Manuel Miranda isn't returning to do the music. No. That's a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah,
but like you pointed out, Chris, they still got some great people coming in to do music. I can't wait to see this. I'm excited, and I don't care what anybody thinks about that. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.